Welcome to Conversations with Cubit. It is an absolute thrill to have you here tonight, and I want to express my deepest gratitude for your support of our weekly conversations. Tonight, we have something truly extraordinary in store for you, featuring a remarkable lady who is igniting change right here in the heart of Oklahoma City. Believe me when I say this conversation is going to be nothing short of mind-blowing and inspiring. Needless to say, I am excited about tonight's conversation. Maybe it's your first time joining our conversation. If so, welcome to the family, and yes, we consider you family. My team and I are excited that you found your way here. And to our regular and loyal viewers, thank you for all of the words of encouragement you send to my inbox. Please keep those coming. We also have right now, live on YouTube as we speak. You can find all of our past conversations on my YouTube channel. Just look up Conversations with Cubit, and once you get there, please subscribe and hit the like button. Please, would you do that for me? We want to increase our viewers on YouTube, so please help us out. You can do that. Do it for us. We've had some great conversations, seriously, we have some great conversations on our YouTube channel posted there with some amazing folks. Trust me, you will not be disappointed. But before we dive into tonight's discussion, I have a small favor to ask. I need you to help me spread the word about this conversation. Don't keep this incredible conversation to yourself. Share it with your community. Tonight's dialogue promises not only to be enjoyable, but it is also very important, and many people will find it very valuable. Now, have you heard of my friends out at Green Pasture Studios? Of course you have, especially if you are a devoted viewer to the show. Green Pasture Studios serves as an enchanting home for Conversations with Cubit, acting as the backdrop for most of our live shows. Now, we're not in the studio tonight, and I'll reveal a little bit more about that in just a moment, but let me tell you, Green Pasture Studios is in the business of making dreams come true through full-fledged movie productions, captivating commercials, and even a film training academy right here in the Oklahoma City metropolitan area. It's located in Spencer, Oklahoma. In fact, a place that provides not only a home, but also a breathtaking space for our weekly broadcasts. Make sure to look them up online, and you'll be mesmerized by their incredible work. They do good stuff out there. Now, the thing I want you to know about tonight's conversation is that I only have 3 goals for these conversations. One is I want to bring value to people in my community. 2, I want you to believe in what this community become when we are willing to work together. And last but not least, I want to love people, period. No strings attached, just love people. All right, let me introduce you to my guest. I got it right here. My guest tonight is none other than Miss Jennifer Francis. Let me tell you a little bit about her. I got it right here. She's a queen. Why are you laughing? You don't have your crown?
Unexpected. I left it in my office.
You left it, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's a queen. Her name is Jennifer Francis. She is the executive director of Oklahoma City Metro Alliance.
Yes.
She is going to tell us all about the Metro Alliance, but those of you who may not know anything about the Metro Alliance, they exist to help Oklahomans recover their lives from substance abuse through the operation of the First Step programs and the public inebriated alternative.
Yes.
The goal of everything they do here at the Alliance is to increase sobriety, decrease incarceration, and recover lives. Did I get that right?
Absolutely.
All right. Jennifer has more than 17 years of experience in mental health and substance abuse. She has worked with both men and women in similar programs since graduating with her master's degree in psychology from Euphoria State in Kansas. We won't hold any of that against you.
Thank you.
In fact, Jennifer was the program manager for adult case management services and specialized case management programs, serving individuals with diverse and challenging backgrounds. And it is during that time that an awareness for inequalities and biases in the criminal justice system became important to you.
Apparent, yes.
Very
much so.
Very,
Yeah.
right. Which is where we kind of crossed paths and our
Yes.
friendship kind of began. She is always positive. We work together at the Justice Circle, and we see each other every month, if not more. And she is always positive, upbeat, and always celebrating great ideas with enthusiasm and encouragement. It's just a blast. Jennifer is always there, always humbly serving and making things happen behind the scenes. And there is so much more to know about Jennifer, which is why I wanted her to come on the show. Folks, would you help me welcome my friend Jennifer Francis to Conversations with Cubit?
Thank you.
You're the queen!
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
And this is your house.
I'm
We're
excited.
here
Yes,
on
we're
location.
in the conference room.
Downtown, kinda-ish.
Yeah, Midtown.
Midtown? Yeah, kind of. So before we only really know each other on the professionals. We're really doing a lot of work.
Right. Good work.
Good work. But I have some questions I want to go kind of just get to know you. All right.
Okay.
So let me pull up my little questions here, and they're very easy and they're fast.
All right.
Very fast.
Fire.
They're
Okay.
rapid fire.
Okay.
But they will give me and anyone watching a good idea of who Jennifer really is.
Okay. I'll do my
Right.
best.
When we pull the veil back.
All right.
Okay. So we're gonna pull the
Let's do it.
veil back and then get into the business.
Okay.
Okay. Start off easy. Pick one or the other. All right?
Okay.
Really, really quick.
Okay.
All right. Dog or cat?
Dog.
Absolutely.
I have two rescues.
Absolutely.
Always.
Absolutely. With kids, is it spank the kids or punish the kids?
I don't have any children of my own, but I am helping to raise a grandson of my husband's, and I would say loving punishment. Yeah, loving, concerned. Let's
Okay.
talk about what's going on. That's
Let's
not a
talk.
quick one, Wayland.
That is a quick one.
That's a
So when you're
Yeah.
raising kids, or there's some things that got to happen right now.
that's
Brr.
true. I've not been in that situation because I came into his life when he was older.
But you were raised.
Yes.
Was it?
I was raised.
Was
yes.
it spanking or punishment?
It was both. But spankings did exist. Yes. And now I'm going to tell my parents to watch this because they know.
Okay.
So-
All right. So, would you rather go to a good concert or a good movie?
Ooh, concert.
Concert.
That's big time.
Okay. What genre of music is playing right now in your car?
Ooh, okay. It has to be upbeat. It has to be active. Right now it's Toby Mac.
Toby
when
Mac.
I connect to Pandora. Yes.
Pandora.
So it's got to
Okay.
be positive. It's got to
Gotcha.
be upbeat. It's got to put me in that headspace of
gotcha.
things are good.
Pandora versus Apple Music versus Spotify versus.
Yeah, it's too complicated. Pandora's been around forever. I know what's going on with Pandora. I have my list.
Okay,
Don't complicate it.
Pandora is just the AOL of music right now. That's all.
It's okay. Well, I just totally dated myself because I am not giving it up. So
No, Pandora's
Absolutely.
cool. They're cool.
Okay,
They're
okay,
cool. Don't worry.
okay.
All right.
I find everything I need on Pandora.
Is it going to be when you get ice cream, cup or cone?
Cup.
Cup.
That was easy.
All right.
Yeah.
Dine in or take out?
Takeout.
You waffle, a little waffle
I really
there.
love being at home.
Okay,
I
all
love
right.
my home. I'm one of those lucky people that I love my home. So
Okay, so this one's going to be easy. This next
Okay.
question is going to be easy then. Would you rather watch a good old movie or catch a new release?
Ooh. Oh, catch a new release.
Catch a new release.
It's too exciting.
Well, you got to
I
go
can't-
out for
I
that.
can't-
You-
well,
yeah.
that's okay.
Not
I can't-
always.
Not really. You can get on demand.
That's right. That's
so.
right. Truck or car?
I've driven both, but right now car.
What do you prefer? What's the thing?
Oh, I love a truck. I am a farm girl at heart.
Okay,
Both sides
truck
of
it
the
is.
family,
Truck
yeah.
it is.
Ooh, I don't want one right now though.
Not right
I'm
now.
No, I'm happy. I have SUV. Is that a truck? Are SUVs a truck?
That's
No,
that's number 16.
everyone
That's
in the room is going.
That's a question I'll add on here. I don't know.
Could you clarify
I don't
what
know.
qualifies as a
Is
truck?
Is an
Okay.
SUV a truck or a car? Right.
Okay.
Policeman or fireman?
Policeman.
Very good, because we
Yeah.
could have this conversation could have went sideways.
Uh-oh.
If we did the other way.
I know my audience in this room.
You
right
know your
now.
audience.
Yeah.
Briefcase or backpack?
Oh, backpack.
Duffel bag? Backpack.
Backpack.
Okay. I just want to make sure you're
That
solid on
just
there.
would hurt my shoulder too much.
All right.
It's all about the ergonomics.
When you go to sleep, TV on or off?
Off. And it's a constant battle with my husband. I like it completely quiet, completely dark, completely not a sound, not a peep.
What time does it go off? It has to go off by.
When I put my earplugs in, which is
Even earplugs and the TV is, oh my gosh.
well, because the light can disturb me. It's usually probably about 10 o'clock.
The light can disturb you, but you put stuff in your ears.
Yeah.
Your light is loud.
It is loud sometimes. It's just those sleep habits that I have, and they help me fall asleep, so I can't explain it.
Okay. Chris Rock or Will Smith?
Ooh. Oh, see, I don't feel like this one's fair. Because I am a child of the 80s and 90s. And I'm singing Fresh Prince of Bel-Air right now in my head.
And he slapped the crap
And he
out of it.
slapped. So, I
Yes.
mean, oh, that one's too complicated.
It's so easy.
I really like both of them.
So you're forgiving the slap. So okay,
Well,
okay, you've already picked Will Smith. It's over. It's over.
When
It's
you
over.
grow up loving
yeah.
someone,
They can do no wrong.
And well, no, I don't think it's that. Can I say this one thing?
Uh-huh.
Okay, I really feel like lately I've been challenged in my life with, people we love sometimes do things that aren't right.
Uh-huh.
And does that mean that we no longer love them or that we write them off? And in the business that I'm in with addiction, I don't believe just in first and second chances, Wayland. I believe in third and fourth and fifth and sixth and seventh and eighth. And when someone is there and they're ready to make amends or they're ready to move forward, I love them enough to be there to say, I'll walk with you. So how can I say I'm discarding Will Smith? I can't.
I totally get it. So what you just said.
I feel like we're going to talk about this later.
We're going to talk about it now. We're going to talk about it now. So what you just said was, okay, Will, you stuck your hand out to try to apologize to Chris, and Chris had to go out and do this whole Netflix special that you didn't deserve.
I watched, and it was funny.
It was funny, but he didn't deserve. He should have.
Right.
It was.
I think I
it was not forgiving.
It wasn't, but I truly believe that people deserve multiple chances.
Okay.
And I could not be in the business that I'm in and be the person that I am if I really didn't believe that.
Gotcha.
Okay. People aren't perfect.
I got you. And we're
I
going
make
to talk about
mistakes
this
every day.
All right.
I want you to still like me.
You are my Will Smith.
Okay.
I
don't know what that means.
That means you can make a mistake, and I'm going to forgive you.
Okay.
We grew up. We went up through the '80s. We did this thing together.
Okay.
All right. Good article or a good podcast?
Ooh, podcast.
For sure. Which one?
Oh, okay. Have you ever heard of Buried Bones? Is really good. Tenfold More Wicked is really good.
I can't even tell what these are about.
They're true crime.
Okay, true crime.
I'm totally in that cliche right now where everyone loves true crime.
Okay.
But they're done from like a journalistic perspective, and they're super interesting.
Okay, send me one. Send me one. I gotta hear.
From like a really long time ago. Okay.
Yeah, send me one. I gotta
hear. If you think I won't, you're gonna get. Okay.
Yeah, I'm a podcast junkie.
Okay.
Junkie. And I'm about to travel, so it's a good time to listen to.
Okay.
All right. So I think I already know this answer from the other questions, and this is the last one. What is that one thing that you do that you know annoys your friends and family? I already know what it is now.
What?
Look,
you already know what it is. Oh no, that's so loaded now. What do I do that annoys my friends and family? Tell me, it's my friend.
Well, truly, it has to be putting earplugs in to go to sleep. When the TV is off and everything is, that's clearly one of the things.
I started that way long ago when I was a student, and now it's like a cue. It's like a behavioral cue that when they go in, I'm like, my husband will tell you I fall asleep in like 5 seconds.
Yeah. Okay. Is that it? Was that it?
Yeah. Let's go with that.
There was something else.
No, let's go with that one.
All right. Thanks for playing my silly games.
That was fun.
So I feel like I know you so much more.
You were right. That was fun. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
So tell me about the Metro Alliance.
Okay. Well, OKC Metro.
No. I don't want to know about the Metro Alliance right now.
Okay.
I want to know a little bit about how you grew up, where you came from, where you went to school, your hobbies, things that shaped your
Okay.
your worldview right now.
Okay.
Then I want to know
Okay.
about Metro Alliance.
Okay.
I think we
Okay.
ought to do things in order.
Okay. So we've already established that I grew up during the 80s and 90s in Enid, Oklahoma, really
Enid.
small town. Come from farm people on both sides. You think I would be better with plants and agriculture because I do not have a green thumb, but came from farm people and went to high school at Enid High School. Graduated, went to Oklahoma State University. Go Pokes!
It's down the road. I mean,
Yes. Probably one of the most influential things in my life, besides growing up in church, and really my parents were big on that and really strong in our faith, was I'm an identical twin. And a lot of people don't know that.
I didn't know this.
So I have one sibling. And her name is Jessica. She lives in Kansas City, and we are identical. And so, first car, we shared first car. We shared first days of school. We shared everything. Birthday. I've never had my own birthday, And so that was really kind of forming too, of always having that person with you. I think in a way it was nice, but it also sort of, in a way, slowed me down from figuring out some things about myself. Because when you're identified as more than one person, people are like, oh, Jennifer, Jessica, whichever one you are, you could, they're interchangeable. You do sort of start to think like, well, maybe we are interchangeable. And so really going to college and then after that, moving on to graduate school was really my first opportunity to be away from my family, be away from my twin. She got married when we were really young. I did not. I went to graduate school. And so that was really a time for me to start really exploring the world and finding out the things that I thought. My faith informed everything. I don't think that's ever changed about me. But there was a whole lot of developing that I had to do as a person. And if I could have fast forwarded and seen what I was doing now, I'd be like, what?
Yeah.
But
so that means so tell me, so what you're doing now is in addiction,
Yes.
in psychology and
Yes.
and that kind of thing. What about your early childhood experiences that shaped who you are right now? Was there something that happened? This moment, this thing, that day when that happened, I knew. When I saw that, I knew that I was going to be doing this. What happened?
I did have a formative experience. It was much later. It wasn't in my childhood. It was when I was older, and I had a relationship that, so complicated, Waylon. We'd have to have story hour. But ended up that there was drug abuse and some very serious, heavy drug use that I had no idea about. And it was completely hidden from me and culminated in it coming out, and we were engaged, and it completely broke that relationship and kind of devastated my confidence in myself, who I thought I was. You feel like, how did I not know that this person that I spent so much time with was addicted to this very significant drug. And there were a lot of other things going on. And then just as in my adult life, my family has been touched by addiction. And so really that part came later. I always thought that I wanted to work with children doing art, because actually my master's is in art therapy. And that was my total plan, was to work in the school system as an art therapist with adolescents, the loveliest group of kids that there are, the hardest group,
the tough ones.
the toughest.
Yeah.
Just wanted to reach their little hearts with art. And then really it just sort of like a series of events that just kept presenting themselves. And it sounds so obvious to say this, but addiction touches everyone. Everyone. Whether it's a neighbor or someone that you know or someone that you go to church with or someone in your family is dealing with addiction.
So your experience, did you go through that experience saying, trying to be the fixer? Like, I want to fix him, or I want to fix them, or I just want to help people to understand what people like me went through because of the addiction? What was it?
It was both. I think that was my first experience realizing that love does not fix everything, that love does not cover everything. It broke my little romantic heart, I think. And realizing that addiction is a very serious thing. It is not something that people choose. It is not something, even though it may seem that way, that really addiction causes isolation. It causes isolation for the person that is experiencing addiction. It causes isolation for the family. It causes isolation for the people that love them, because it's this big, huge thing that not one person can fix or solve on their own, even as much as you'd want to. So you ask me, did it make me want to fix it? Heck yeah, it did. But that wasn't,
right.
That's like, trying to fix.
But it leads to this work, right? So,
okay, yes.
So I want you to tell me about the work you do here at Metro Alliance. But I'm curious, like, did you get to this work because of wanting to help people like him, or wanting to help people like you?
I came to this work because I really, really, really felt a calling on my life to work with women. And initially that's why I came. I wanted women that were marginalized to be seen and to have a voice. I wanted them to have an advocate. I wanted them to know that they had worth. I wanted them to know that the shame and the guilt of addiction. I also had a really cool internship in graduate school at the Sims Kemper Institute in Topeka, Kansas, when I was in graduate school, and I got to work with this huge group of women, and that changed my life. Okay, yeah, maybe that was pretty significant too. Okay,
yeah.
And I got to do weekly groups with these women, and I was supposed to go once a week, and then I ended up going twice a week, and then I didn't want to miss the third meeting, and so I was driving from Emporia, Kansas, which is about an hour, 3 times a week, because I didn't want to miss time with these women. And it started out, I do a little art therapy, but then I just became so amazed by the challenges that they faced and feeling their most shame and their most guilt, and they still found a reason to move forward. Still found a reason to grasp at a different life, and I respected the heck out of it. And I just think that shame and guilt have gotten nothing on people that want to actually get their lives back. Nothing. And you know what? They may not believe it right now, but I believe it. And even if right now I'm the only one that believes that about you, it's okay. That's a good place to start.
Because people can operate in your belief till they get their own.
Exactly.
Right? They can ride that for a little bit.
Yes, and that's what our community needs, Wayland. I'm telling the choir, but that's what we need, is people that believe that is possible, and that say it's okay if you don't believe that can change right now. It's okay if you don't think your situation can change right now. That's okay. You can be in that space and still walk with me. I'll still be there to walk with you. And then we're slowly going to get you some hope.
Oof.
Okay?
See what I'm talking? Y'all see what I'm talking about?
And then lives change, and it's awesome.
So that's what Metro Alliance is doing.
It is.
Here, right?
It is.
Is believing in what people can become.
Absolutely.
When we're willing to walk with them.
That's it exactly. We could end right there, and I would be happy with that. Because that's what we do. That's why staff is here. Every staff member who is here believes that it's possible. They believe that it might take 1 or 2 or 3 chances. It might take, loving them through some really ugly stuff, but it can happen for anyone, everyone.
So how do we? So tell me. Okay, specific. I know this place as my early years as a police officer.
Yes, probably so.
They call it. You call it. You got a fancy word for it.
I dread telling people because I always say I'm going to tell you, but you don't have to remember. It's the Public Inebriate Alternative, but we call it PIA. It was our first program back in 1973, which was super innovative for Oklahoma at the time. And it is an Oklahoma City Police Department program, okay? And then we operate it for them. So this building that we're in right now is actually a police station. One side is the corporate office, and the other side is the sobering center, the PIA.
Which we called affectionately.
The drunk tank.
Detox.
Oh, detox. Okay,
Detox.
okay,
We called
okay.
it detox.
I thought you were going to say.
But back in the 70s, they called it the drunk tank.
Right.
But
We evolved.
We evolved,
Yeah.
and it's not called detox anymore
Yes,
unless
yes.
you're old schooler like me.
Well, and it's not a medical detox. What makes it so
Yes.
special is that any law enforcement, they can pick up someone who may be drunk or high, but they're not necessarily committing a crime. And they can either take them over to county jail, wait 2 hours or more to check them in, cause, that to go on their record. They have fines now and court dates to make, take up officer time, take up community resources, or they have the option to bring them to PIA where they're here for 10 hours, no more, no less. They can take a shower, they can get their clothes washed. We serve them a meal of beans and cornbread, which is part of our history. And they're here in safety. And when they leave, they're given a cab ride. If they don't have someone to pick them up, we can give them resources, we can give them a food basket, but more importantly, they don't have anything on their record, no fines, no court dates to make, and so it saves so much money. Last year, some of the most recent numbers I have, we served over 2,500 people in PIA alone, which that equivocates out to about $300,000 of
That's
taxpayer money.
2,500 people that would have been in the county jail.
Correct.
Yeah, but that's also
Correct.
2,500 people that was in public
Correct.
kind of off because
Yes.
inebriated,
Yes.
drunk,
Yes.
or high.
The other thing that allows us to do is to meet them and talk to them. Maybe not at first when they come in and they're pretty inebriated.
Yeah.
But towards that end of the 10-hour period, talking to them about their next move, about options that they have, places that they may not have heard about, maybe even refer them to First Step, one of our long-term residential programs. So that's a possibility as well.
So they have to be 18, 19. How old? You have to be an adult.
Adult, 18.
18,
Mm-hmm.
right.
Yeah.
So tell me, what's a normal day look like here?
At PIA.
Well, Metro Alliance.
OKC Metro Alliance.
But you got several programs.
Yeah, we operate 3 programs. So the Sobering Center was our first, and it's our oldest, and we love it. It's actually been replicated all across the United States. I don't want to like put anybody on Front Street, but Tulsa totally copied. They came and looked. It's like a cookie cutter version.
Of course.
When you're doing something amazing, why
Yeah,
not,
okay,
right?
of course.
Don't reinvent the wheel. And then out of that, it was a group, really it was a community effort, and we started to notice the same people were coming through the PIA. And so in the 80s, 1987, Men's First Step was formed, and it's out on an acreage by Lake Stanley Draper. The city of Oklahoma City leased us, and I say that loosely because it was like $1, not really, please, but like for 40 years, and it's 22 manicured acres, but it's 38 acres total, and it was a group of men that wanted to stay sober, and it was really kind of just functioned like a big sober living community. And then Women's came along in 1989. It's out on Sooner Road, and so that's really kind of how
And
it
it's
was born.
live there, stay there, residential.
They're there for a minimum of 6 months, but they can stay up to 2 years. We actually, OKC Metro Alliance directly hires all of our First Step residents because, Wayland, almost all of our folks, if they don't come to us straight from jail or it's diversionary, instead of going to jail, they can come to our program. Last year, that was 87% of the people we served have had some kind of legal involvement. And you and I both know, especially in our city, that if you've got legal charges or drug charges on your background, you might be able to find a job. You could find a job at doing fast food for $9 an hour, probably. Okay, but that's not going to be a sustainable, livable wage.
Right.
Right. Good luck finding someone to rent you an apartment. Right. We've got those challenges, and so we are working as a city. I see us making huge strides, but we're not there yet. Okay. And so programs like First Step are so necessary because we overcome that employment barrier by hiring them. They become employees of OKC Metro Alliance. We call them temporary resident employees. And then we find them a job in the community. And that does so many things, okay? Purpose, remembering what it's like to get up and get ready and show up for a job that depends on you. To have that responsibility, right? To have that experience of staying busy, having a purpose, having structure, learning to maybe work with a boss who you don't really like, real world. I know that resonates with some people. And so,
Yes.
those interpersonal those interpersonal skills, they're the kind of relearning. And the beauty of that is that now they're paying taxes. They've got something to put on their resume. They're getting work experience, okay? It's helping them to stay sober. And then when they graduate the program, they're hired oftentimes by that place where they've been working during the program, and we're talking about a livable wage. So we're not talking about, let me just give you some examples. Dunkin' Donuts is a huge partner. We have ladies that have worked there during their stay, and they became the manager of Dunkin' Donuts. Not a shift leader, not an assistant, the manager. We've got several folks in management positions, graduates at Regional Food Bank, at New View, Oklahoma. I could go on, and our partnerships are just really amazing. And so it really gives someone the chance to practice sobriety in a safe place, to have that purpose of work when they maybe have come from jail and haven't held a job for a while, to say, yes, during the 6 months you're here, this is what you're doing, and you're really, really, really involved and soaked in an atmosphere of recovery, right?
So let me give you the scenario. Let me walk.
Okay.
So I literally could be tonight.
Yes.
I could fall into my addiction and overdrink, get picked up by the police.
Yes.
But because the police didn't, it's just drunk. I come here, and during my 10-hour stay here, I have a conversation
Right.
with the staff here that says, I'm tired of this. Because of the 10 hours here, I'm probably going to lose my job because I've had to stay here for 10 hours. And this addiction is costing me everything.
Yeah.
My family, my job, everything. Help me not do this again. And I could find myself in a sober living environment
Right now.
with other
Yeah.
people that are dealing with and battling
Yes.
and winning and going to work every day.
Yes.
And they will help me deal with the temptation tomorrow to do what I did yesterday.
Absolutely.
Help me find a job, coach me through it for 6 months,
Mentor. Yeah.
mentor,
Yeah.
and if I'm successful, there's a graduation,
Yes.
celebration, because I know you like to party.
Celebration. I do
Yeah.
love to party.
And then
Yes.
and then off to my new life of sobriety.
Yeah. And they can also stay really involved with First Step. What we see is, it's really important for I know we like to say the people with the lived experience. That's kind of a catchphrase I hear all the time right now. But really the folks that have been through it with the lived experience, such a huge part of their success is staying involved and giving back. So then really the goal isn't just to keep someone sober for the duration of the program and then they go out into the community. The goal is that they stay sober and they stay sober and they stay involved and they start sponsoring other people in the program. And so it's really a full circle thing. So the other, and I know we're probably going out of order of questions and stuff, but it just kind of all is kind of related that, one thing that makes the First Step programs so unique, and PIA, so unique, there's nothing else like it in the state. Because we're private, okay, we work with the work sites in the community, and clients work their way through. They start paying fees only when they start working. They're never asked to make up fees. It's a very, rehab in the state of Oklahoma, I just looked it up actually before I came in here, and now we're up to an average of $54,000. So we literally exist for people that don't have $54,000 to go to rehab. Our folks don't have insurance. They don't have a pay source. They don't have income. So it's a way for them to help support their program. Doesn't fully cover the cost. We come alongside them, but they have that feeling of, I'm helping to put myself through this. I am helping and I'm invested in my program. And it's only based on whatever hours they actually work and only once they start working. And so they don't have to have a state assessment. They don't have to go on a waiting list for a state bed. They don't have to jump through a bunch of hoops and meet criteria. They literally, there's very few criteria. Our phone screening takes approximately 5 to 10 minutes.
How many people start and fail?
Well, I think
A year. What are you talking about?
It depends how you define fail, Waylon.
Oh, I know. You and I are probably going to agree on what fail
Yes,
is.
yes, okay.
But you
So-
have to leave,
Right.
sir or ma'am, until
Right.
you decide you want to do this, start over.
Yeah. So that number, what we know is that number gets smaller as staff. We have more. The fuller a place is, okay. So like our men's facility, the capacity is 85. So they've been at 84 this whole week, and then they went to 85, and then I think we actually had a situation where they got real scared because someone was coming in and they didn't have a bed, but it all worked out because it always works out. And they stay so full, and when that community is full and the community is there and supportive, the chances of them staying are a lot stronger. So when you say fail, you know, the ones that leave, this is a little bit anecdotal, but it's also numbers based, okay? But please don't ask me those numbers right now.
Right.
But what we see is that when folks come in, especially from jail, if they're going to leave, they leave within the first couple days.
Right.
Okay?
Right.
So how do you say we
That-
had this many people leave the first 3 days versus the people that stayed and graduated the program? And so when we're talking about success rates, you know, it's 30 to 35% that come in and do the whole entire program and graduate. But Wayland, we've got people that stay 90 days. All of the remerge program ladies live with us their first 90 days and complete that. That's not a graduation because they don't stay the full 6 months, but it's a completion for their program.
Right.
We work with Oklahoma County Drug Court. Hope Judge Stoner's watching this because
Yes.
we love working
Send it
with
to
him.
him. Send it to him. Yeah.
Yes, and his folks come in and do a 90-day thing with us too. That's a completion. To me, that's a success.
Right.
We are working with other people in the community. We're meeting people where they're at. It's no longer about they have to do our five-phase program exactly the way that it's on paper.
Right.
So I'm going to challenge that thing about success. I also think that we plant a lot of seeds because what we see is a lot of people come back. They may not be ready, but they come back.
That's what I'm glad you said that because being in, well, the nonprofit stuff, the stuff that we do, we always have to, funders, we have to have funders. We have to have people give us money to do what we do.
Yeah.
And the funders want to know how much bang am I going to get for my buck? I want to see change happen for my money.
Yes.
But it's really hard to answer because you don't know how much we did with your money because planting the seed has to be done. We just don't know where we are in the process of growth.
It does.
We just don't know where we are.
Sometimes we see it and get to see it, and sometimes we don't.
That's right.
So wise. But does that mean that we stop planting the seed?
No.
Never. And here's my thought. There's so many wonderful nonprofits in Oklahoma City. I mean, we're pretty phenomenal nonprofit sector, okay? So for me, personally, I just want to see that person be served. So whether they come to me, we're going to do everything that we can to help them. And if they leave us and they go somewhere else, that nonprofit is going to do some great work for them too. And then if they bounce back to us, we're going to do everything we can to and it literally takes all of us in that collaboration. And I think that I really think Oklahoma City is doing a better and better job of that. I see it every day in my work life of people just wanting to help. Because if they didn't, we wouldn't be calling each other saying, hey, so-and-so is not a great fit for us right now, but we're not going to put them on the street. We want to send them somewhere. Can we send them to you? Do you know a sober house that has an opening? Do you know a place where we can connect them for this need and that need? And I think we're doing that more than we ever have before. Ever. I do.
Is it just alcohol?
No. Oh, it's so much more.
It's all of it.
It's all of it. So are you asking me like what drugs of choice we see the most often?
Well, I'm thinking about a person that may be watching this right now that says, I have a loved one or a friend or family member, whatever,
Yes.
and they are hooked on X.
Yes.
Their problem is X. I wonder if this is good for them.
Yes. Yes. So what we're seeing more than ever, the trend over especially the last few years, is it's poly substance abuse. So it's not just one drug of choice, it's many, it's several. And it doesn't matter what the drug of choice is. I will say that if someone has been like on opioids or taking pills for a long time, we're going to help them get to a medical detox before they come, because that needs to be medically supervised. But if it's a drug that they could come today. I mean, we have beds open at our women's facility.
I gotta ask this: is weed one of the things that people are needing treatment for?
Yes.
Today's weed.
Yes.
Talk about that.
Yes. So what we're seeing a lot is it's rarely used alone. It's weed and alcohol, weed and meth.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the weed to come down, the meth to go up, the weed to come down from the meth. And so really it's just used in combination with that. We do see some that are strictly weed, and it caused them such impairment that they can't I hate the word function. We're functioning right now. I mean, we're functioning human beings, but that has caused them enough issues to where it's caused them challenges in their relationships, challenges in their occupation, challenges in their everyday lives, and we are seeing that.
Okay, weed will get you there.
It'll
take it.
we
Okay,
see it.
we just need to make.
And
that
I know
clear.
that's controversial.
It's not controversial.
But you know what it is? We're
it's
all
truth.
individuals, and everything is going to affect people differently.
That's what I mean.
And I am telling you from this work, weed has caused people problems.
That's what I want you to tell them.
Yeah.
All right. First step. I want the name. There was something about the name First Step. Yes, it says life after first step. What does that mean? That's kind of a mantra around here.
So, and that might be a little bit of a Jen thing, but you know, ever since I came, I just was really interested in, you know, while someone is at First Step and they're kind of incubated and they're surrounded, it's really easy to be successful. But the whole idea is that when they leave and enter the real world, that they've got the skills to get up and continue to going to work, and they continue to going to 12-step meetings, and they continue to be productive, and they're healing and reunifying with their families, and that's such a cool thing. We could talk a whole hour about that. But that they're not just maintaining, they're thriving. Because I don't want to maintain in my life, Waylon, do you? I want to thrive.
Flourish.
I want to party and flourish and thrive
right.
and be happy and encourage. And that's what I want for our people, that they have a life that's not just get up, go to work, go to my 12-step meeting, it's why I stay sober, and then get up and do it. And maybe at first that's what it is, but that they start to build relationships and hobbies and things that make life so rich. You know.
Yeah. How do I get in? I've seen this. I've maybe it's me that needs this service. Maybe it's someone I love.
Yeah.
How do I connect? How do I get in? It's not all over town. This is the only. Where is it?
It is easier than ever to get in to First Step. So we now answer the phone. We have 24 hours. The phones are covered, that someone is answering the phones at all time. You can complete a screening at any time. We realize that people don't conveniently decide to pursue rehab during the hours of 8 and 5. So it is a 24-hour phone system. So they can call the main number for either facility, and I can give those numbers, or we can write them down.
Let's do it.
Okay, so for women's, it's 405-794-2834. And for men's, it is 405-799-45. I'm looking at Alec. You don't remember either? Oh, the pressure.
We'll put it in the comments. I'll put it in the comments.
I believe it's 7540, but you can Google Men's First Step and that number. I'm almost positive that's what it is.
Yeah. So you don't have to you don't have to be brought in by the police.
No.
You don't have to be court ordered.
No.
You don't have to walk over from jail.
No.
But all of those are ways, but you can just call
You
and say,
can.
I need help.
Yeah, and I will say, if you're a parent or you have a loved one who is currently sitting in jail, last year we served folks in 53 counties in Oklahoma. So it is not just Oklahoma County. If you have a loved one who is sitting in jail with drug charges pending, we can assist. We don't have a magic wand, but we're really good at getting folks on the accepted list, and we can work with DAs, we can work with lawyers, we talk directly to judges. And
How many people you have in your staff?
so we have, I think, 23 full-time and 6 part-time
You're all getting it done.
We're getting
85
it done.
men out.
At men's.
And how many women right now?
So right now at women's we have 35, but we have capacity for many more.
Okay.
50 up to 56.
All right.
So there's openings.
I love what you do. I love your energy. I love the way you serve.
was fun.
I love the way you serve people. I wish we could talk more and can tell stories. But there, and maybe we should come on again when you do your beans.
I would love to talk about beans and cornbread.
Beans and cornbread.
Beans and cornbread.
It sounds. It's
Our 50th year, so we're gonna have a huge party.
a big party.
We're gonna have a big one.
All right. Can I get up front somewhere? I want to be close to the stage.
will.
You had
You
a
will.
great speaker last year.
Yeah, it'll be
Yeah.
good this year too.
Yeah, that's good.
You got it.
All right, thanks so much. We're out of here. We're leaving OKC Metro Alliance now after knowing all of this great stuff. So if you know anybody that can connect with them, get in touch with the great people out here at the Metro Alliance. Thank you so much. That's Conversation with Cubit. We'll see you next week.